Good morning. No, it's not good morning. It's good afternoon. It was going to be good morning, but the dog got me. Everything got me this morning, and I couldn't get here, and I'm so far behind. Look at how thick this is. And then this big batch over here is from this morning. So I'm going to be working on this all week, guys, so forgive me. And Chris just told me he's 3 behind. So by the time you get this, so I apologize. I know one went up today, so I just apologize. It's just hard for us to get them all, so forgive me if we don't get to you. We will. I'm coming down the road. But you guys are doing so well. When I look at some of these responses and what you guys are saying about yourselves and what you need, I love it. You're nailing it on the head. You guys are really coming a long way. So forgive me here, but I'm going to kind of speed along, or I'll flap my jaws too much. So I want to say this, Owen and all you guys, you just got some beautiful comments, Owen, really great. JG, you guys are just really great. I just really love your consciousness and you coming along. You guys are really where it's at, the way you look at life, the consciousness, and I'm glad to be amongst all of us that are at these levels where we see more expanded the universe and the Supreme Being. It's just a great thing. Your comment to Kelly. Kelly, she probably has come off of this. These type of cases, sometimes they just don't follow through. They get into that one practitioner after another. And you made a comment here, Kelly, in regard to Owen, and he said, your comment to Owen was, he hasn't treated me yet. We shall see what happens. So many doctors have said they will help and don't follow through. I can tell you, Kelly, if you're listening, you're the one that's got to do this, not me. That's what this channel is all about, if you hadn't gathered that. This isn't about other docs fixing you. This is about you fixing yourself. And that's the way it is with every one of them. You haven't noticed all these guys are doing the job on themselves. That's why I spend the time doing these videos, is to educate you. And if you don't believe it, okay, go, try something else. But the reason this YouTube is so important is that it gives you the tools, because ultimately, Kelly, you've got to work yourself out of this. You're trusting too many people in what they're telling you. I don't want you to trust me in what I'm telling you. I want you to know what I'm telling you. And if you don't, then it's nothing. You can't use it. You're wanting someone to pick you up in a cart and walk you down the road. No. Not here. You're going to walk yourself down the road. I'll walk with you. We will help you. I never lie. And I will help you down the road. But not unless you do the walking, because I'm not carrying nobody. We've got too many of us coming down the road here, and you've got to walk the walk, talk the talk, or don't walk it. And don't even complain anymore. Just live with what you've got. It's easy to understand what's wrong with you. Just because other docs haven't, that's why you learn. It's why you grow. You can't lock yourself in a world where I have never had help before and no one else can help me. Get yourself out of that mindset and pull yourself up. God's leading you down the road to someone that knows more, and it's had to do it in a way it just had to suit you and your ability to handle this. That's how God works. So you're now at the top of the mountain, nothing to complain about, but get straddled in and do it. So that's all I can tell you, honey. These are not difficult symptoms for anybody to understand here. Matter of fact, most of you guys are really getting it so much that you can help her. I mean, this is, you're seeing the pathetic shape that our practitioners are in this world, not just in this country, in this world. I mean, when the top homeopath of Portugal says, come on, that runs a well-respected school, comes to me and says, do you work with diabetes? And I said, you don't? That's a problem. And this is what we're seeing here. Now keep in mind, diseases, don't let that medical twist crap get involved here. Understand causative factors like you guys are doing. So Kelly, grab the bull by the horns and start walking yourself out of this. We're all here helping you. And so even the people on YouTube are trying to give you support. Don't knock it. Let me see. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get on some Fox News. I've been on Fox News, Rosalind, but you know what? Sometimes the world isn't ready. You know what I mean? Kelly might not be ready. Who knows? I don't know that. I know that we have the answers for them, but whether the world is ready for us, I'm pretty straight shooter. I don't pull too many punches. We don't have time to worry about it. You guys are so sweet and great. I love you. And you too, sweetheart. Thanks for the comment there about the national TV thing. What I supposed to change in my diet to get the balance back? Yeah, I know. That's why don't be surprised if you visit the high levels of fruitarianism and then you have to back down. Don't be surprised. No insults, nothing. Balance can be anything from cooked foods, even. I had to, we actually, I gave so many spiritual talks back then too. I was more into the spiritual side than the health side. I mean, what's more exciting, the ultimate right of God and seeing, in consciousness and just the incredible bliss and ecstasy, or eating raw foods? Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll take I think I'm eating a raw. No, I'm going to take the Supreme Being. So, but when you're young, and even when you're not, you have to be careful. Energy will fry you. It's like grabbing a hold of 440s. So, balance is really important, and I really believe that's vital. But in the same time, I believe that sometimes our balance is fruitarianism. And sometimes our balance might be back a little bit, because as you channel the God force, my God, I mean, you're channeling massive amounts of energy. Sometimes you have to ground the human body because your cells can't handle it. Sometimes your cells of your body can't handle what you can channel. That's why it's a limited body. So do your best, my friend, and thank you so much for your comments. Truth Seeker, I appreciate what you said too, my friend. If your tonsils have been removed, does that mean your lymph vessels from your head have been severed and the lymph? Minor lymphedema exists without tonsils and adenoids, no question about it. It's like some wrong lymph nodes axillarily can give you minor lymphedema in the arm or major. If it did give people major lymphedema, they wouldn't have quit. They'd have quit doing it. But it does, to a certain degree, does create lymph stagnation problems. Definitely affects the jaws. Depends if the adenoids are gone or not. The snoring comes about. The glaucomas, the pressures can come. Depends how bad the diet is. If there's a lot of dairy products, how bad you're clogging your lymph system, to how much you feel. It depends how much adrenals and kidney weakness you have, to how much is moving or not moving in the first place. So there's a lot of cofactors here, my friend. So somewhat, though, there's somewhat lymphedema without the tonsils and adenoids, no question about it. Now, thank God, new pathways can grow. The body can move lymph on the side, so there's other ways that you can drain lymph. This isn't so up in this area. You remove the lymph nodes around this ear here, you just got yourself in major serious trouble. Suggest you never do that. Live with the cancer, because maybe I haven't showed you pictures yet, but I don't know how much to show over the YouTube, but they are very graphic of some extreme suffering people that make you want to puke at what they had to go through. And all of us here, I mean, just heavy-hearted, because they removed lymph nodes and there was nothing we could do, not even the black salve. So very serious issues. So yeah, you never want to remove any lymph nodes, any part around this ear area. That's not a good thing. Yeah, sorry again if I'm really not getting to you in a timely manner. You'll get your diabetes over. You'll get yourself okay there, man. You guys are doing great. I really find you guys are really picking up, and I love this. I love you guys are really getting. You're good. You're grounded. I think we've got a really good channel. The subscribers here are par none. I really love you guys. So it's really, I love that. I just apologize that I can't get these out fast enough, but it's the way it is, I guess. There are always haters in the. And there is, I know, and I don't know why that is. 90% of viewers benefited, and I thank you for that comment. I do. I try to make this a Truth Seeker YouTube site, to where if you want to know, we're gonna definitely give you the knowledge and stuff. Whether you choose to wear it or wear part of it, okay, you know. I understand the people that have spent years suffering. If anybody understands that, we do, because we're generally referred to as the last clinic I'm stopping at. We've heard this over and over again, and I look at the issues out there. Most of you have been familiar with other naturopathic stuff, so you get to see the stagnation we have in consciousness out there. But I think ultimately, naturopathic schools should have raw food books. You don't see that in naturopathic schools a lot. You should have Arnold Ehret. You should have the natural hygienic people. You should have a well-rounded understanding of fasting and fruitarianism and all these different levels. You don't have that. You have the Dr. Wiles, and you have a lot of the medical doctors like, what? In naturopathy? So this is the problem. And this is why the students aren't turning out with a lot of knowledge either. No offense, but I've seen a lot of them, and you see what's out there, and I have to deal with it every day, coming in here with bags of supplements, upset, drained all their money, and now suddenly they still need help, and so, what can we do? Past lives. Who are you? September. Past lives, interesting. But shall I speak of that on YouTube? Yeah, I was going to have some good words of wisdom today, but I've been so busy, they kind of got dragged away. I tell you, it's been pushing late. It's just a lot of problems here, or issues to deal with. Now, Owen, yeah, I tell you what, you have a beautiful thing you said here, Owen. I really love what you're coming out with here. Yeah. I just really love what you said here. It was really nice, loving the child and nurturing it. It was really good. I had some good things for you to say, but can't remember. I mean, I'm kind of in hyper speed today, so forgive me. I'm just really so far behind trying to get that out. Now, this was a good question about pica, eating dirt, chalk. This person... even since she was a little girl, she's craved dirt, chalk, cornstarch. She had a box of cornstarch every couple of days. Amazing. I've heard of cases like that, honey. And I have to say that I've only heard of one other, and that was a lady craving dirt when she was pregnant. I personally think it goes right into two things. I think it goes right into the adrenal glands and low mineral steroids, where most of your minerals are not being utilized properly, and I also feel it goes into malabsorption too. I think these are two places this can go into. Outside of that, I don't know why one would, because that would show the deficiency and the need for chemistry, and you're trying to get it in those levels. However, you generally are craving a very mundane, a very elemental, or shall I say inorganic source. So I can't say, I don't know what all connecting links you are a soul to all of this. I can just say that my world is detoxification fixes about everything, and I think that's the route you should go in. I think that's the only way. If I go back and I look at your history, you have a history of asthma, eczema, allergies. Now, asthma, that is the beginning of the COPD. So we know you have congestion in the lungs, but we also know you have an autonomic nerve component. Remember, we've talked about the difference between pneumonia, congestion, and asthma, or the COPDs, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, is neurological. So that neurological is the autonomic nervous system, goes back to the adrenals. Here you had eczema. So your kidneys weren't filtering. Here the adrenals are on the kidneys. Your skin had to make up for it. And you had allergies. That's lymph. So you can tie all this into a very stagnant lymph system. The other issue here is that you had pigeon-toed. You were pigeon-toed. So that was telling me that your parathyroid gland was not getting the utilization that you needed